Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Today I wanted to cover Hbar for you guys. Got some updates that I wanted to get through to you guys. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. Please give this video a quick like to get the YouTube algorithm flowing. Alright guys, let's jump into it. Alright, it's Hbar, currently just over 5 cents. If we look at the last year here, it's kind of been in this range for the longest time. Did get up to 9 cents or so at one point back in February this year when things shot up quite a bit, but really it's just been kind of right in here in this accumulation zone for quite a while. Still a good buying zone for Hbar. If you're looking to add some to your portfolio, we all know it hit like 50 cents in the last bull run at its peak. At its peak price. So in this upcoming bull run, we could see a lot of selling pressure in between this 40 and 50 cent mark for sure. So keep an eye out for that. You definitely want to have some price targets set up, and I'll get into those towards the end of the video. For this one, I got some things I wanted to cover on here. This article here by Altcoin Buzz, why hashgraph technology can be better than blockchain technology. As we know, they're not a real normal blockchain. They use a hashgraph technology. This article, and I'll leave this in the description of the video for you guys to look over, and the next article I'm going to cover kind of goes over the groundbreaking technology that Hbar's come up with and why it's superior to blockchain in some ways. Basically, it's a distributed ledger technology, offers several advantages over traditional blockchains. It was developed by Dr. Lehman Baird in 2015. It's a novel approach to achieving consensus in a network of nodes. So they use a gossip about gossip technology. It's to spread information about transactions on the network mostly. It doesn't really use block confirmations per se. And they have this asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance, ABFT. The hashgraph achieves a high level of security by using that. This is possible by ensuring the consensus is reached even in the presence of malicious nodes. In typical blockchain, they use like a proof of work consensus or proof of stake, and where Hedera is using the DAG technology, basically this is like a gossip technology, at least a faster consensus within the Hedera network. This is for much faster transaction confirmation times on the Hedera network, on the hash graph. So they're trying to do this for the scalability mostly. The transactions on the Hashgraph network can be done in parallel, similar to kind of like what Solana does. Theirs runs in parallel as well. That's for faster, more throughput and faster transactions mostly. And it also is very robust, and it's very good to fight against malicious attacks. It's also very energy efficient. So that is why a lot of places are looking into the Hashgraph technology, because it is so energy efficient and it is very secure as well. So if we go over all the use cases for Hbar, obviously, you can do DeFi on Hbar. They've already got some DeFi applications. They've got different swaps that you can use on there. They've got, you can use it for supply chain management, tokenization of assets, NFTs, gaming as well. For healthcare, you can use it to securely store and share patient records on the Hedera network. So that's another cool feature that they could offer to the healthcare industry. And then also they can do smart contracts, and they can cover things like the Internet of Things. That really, Internet of Things is going to be a big thing coming up. It isn't so big right now, but at some point, probably maybe in this bull run, but likely in the 2030 bull run, 2029, 2030 bull run, the Internet of Things is going to be a big thing as well. And that's going to be a technology coming up that's going to be very important for privacy and security as well. Another thing that they can use the Hedera network for is for voting systems, and it's for transparent electronic voting systems. So that's another cool technology you can use Hbar for. You can also use it for streaming services as well. So there's a lot of things that you can do with the Hedera network that some other networks can't necessarily do effectively and still have high throughput and high security. So Hbar has some really good technologies out there with their DAG technology that a lot of other networks cannot provide. Another article I wanted to cover for you guys is the Bank of Ghana is doing the eCiti token on the Hedera Hashgraph network. And this is saying here that the Bank of Ghana has taken a different approach in building its CBDC, with the news emerging that the Bank of Ghana is pursuing token-based approach of CBDCs and building it on the Hedera Hashgraph network. Take a look at the article a little bit here. The eCity token operates on the token-based system in contrast to the account-based model used by other central bank, by other CBDCs like Ineria. This means that the eCity is in the form of tokens that can be stored locally on a mobile phone or card rather than being held in accounts managed by a central bank or designated intermediaries. The Bank of Ghana is responsible for producing the eCity and distributing it to third parties, including banks and merchants, who then pass on the CBDC to consumers. Additionally, the bank noted that eCity wallets are designed to be fully accessible even in offline mode, so that's pretty cool. In the account-based CBDC system, users hold accounts directly with the central bank, similar to how commercial banks hold reserves with the central bank. Instead of using tokens, transactions in account-based CBDCs are recorded in a centralized ledger maintained by the central bank, where users transact. The ledger is updated to reflect changes in their account balances. And then this here says Flutterwave to integrate payments and settlements with USDC on Hedera blockchain. Flutterwave, Africa's largest payment infrastructure, has processed over 400 million transactions in excess of 25 billion and serves more than 1 million businesses. So this is really huge news for Hbar as well. Now, as far as price prediction for Hbar, I think Hbar could, if we look at the history here over the last year, it already got up to like 9 cents in this bear market. So I think 50 cents for this would be very easy for this to do in the upcoming bull run. There's a lot more talk about Hbar this time around. They've got a lot more partnerships. They're doing a lot more things. Yes, there are more coins coming into circulation. That's kind of been diluting the value, and a lot of people are underwater with the Hbar, so it's understandable why people are kind of to have a negative outlook on Hbar compared to other coins that have been holding this for a while and seeing their portfolios go down. And that's happened to me with some of my other coins as well. Where you bought them earlier and the prices come down a lot. But you guys have to remember that we're just in that accumulation phase where you don't know which coins are going to keep going lower and lower, and which ones are going to kind of stay flat or go up in value throughout the accumulation phase. So keep that in mind. But that doesn't mean that Hbar isn't going to do well in the upcoming bull run. Personally, I think Hbar is probably going to do somewhere between 50 cents and $1 in the upcoming bull run. A lot of people think that it could do $2 to $4. That is definitely possible. I can see that happening with Hbar, but I'm not going to I wouldn't wait for that price point to take out profits. I would start taking some out probably between that 40 and 50 cent range, because there's going to be a lot of selling pressure in that price range for people who have been holding for a long time. There's people like Jake Gordon out there. He's got millions of Hbar, and he's been holding since the peak of the last bull run for quite a bit of it. So he's definitely going to be taking out profits before that 50 cent range. A lot of people are, so keep that in mind. It's going to be a tough price point to push through, so you might want to take out some profits on it, when you start getting up into that 40 cent range for sure on this one. That's at least what I would do. You got to do what you think is best for you, and if you're comfortable holding Hbar for a really, really long time and you think that it could get up to that $2 to $4 range, that's up to you and your decision for your portfolio. Some people are holding it for a really long-term hold, and they're doing the long-term play with it, which is fine. I'm doing a short-term play with my crypto because I plan on taking the profits from this upcoming bull run and then reinvesting a lot of that into like Bitcoin for the upcoming bull run after that, and for a long-term hold for Bitcoin, because I think that's the smartest route to go with it right now. I'm just going to try to use those profits to accumulate as much Bitcoin as I can, and then I'll put some of the profits into good projects as well in the next bear cycle or accumulation phase for that bull run that could be coming up in 2029 and 2030. We'll just have to kind of see how this next bull cycle plays out. It's going to be really interesting with the Bitcoin ETFs coming into play for sure, so keep that in mind. Might have to adjust our strategies a little bit as we go along, but I definitely have a strategy this time around to take out profits on the way up and not wait for specific dollar amounts, because that can really bite you like it did a lot of us in the last bull run. We thought things were going higher and higher and higher. We just kept holding, and then the market crashed, and we're stuck holding the bag for a long time. So that can happen. So make sure you take out profits on the way up, guys. But that's pretty much what I'm going to cover for this video, guys. I appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button quick for me. Hit that notification bell as well so you get notified of my daily videos. And don't forget to give this video a quick like. It really helps get the YouTube algorithm going to get it out to more viewers. The likes really help get the channel growing, so I really appreciate if you just give a real quick like to the video. That's pretty much what I've got for this one. We'll see you on the next one.